Hello everyone, my name is Yumika and I'm so excited and ecstatic to be getting my channel started. Now that I have some extra time on my hand, I'm able to go ahead and do this and just be able to talk about some of the things that I like to talk about. The flight attendant, maybe some stories about beauty and possibly some meals. So let's get started. So again, welcome to my channel and my first video, and I'm so excited to have a conversation with you guys and talk to you and a little bit about my experience being a new flight attendant. So initially I didn't say, oh, I want to be a flight attendant and I'm gonna quit my job as soon as I get an offer and things like that. That's not what happened. I had actually put in an application, I want to say like back in I don't know, September of last year, something like that. And Spirit kept on sending me a email like to do a video interview. And so I looked at it, I started it one day and I was just like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. So I just didn't do it. So then they ended up sending me an invitation like in February of 2020 saying to come to the face-to-face. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go. But again, I'm used to working in the corporate world, in the office and things like that, and I was like, I'm tired of this, I don't want to do this no more. So again, at that point I still wasn't like, I'm not gonna quit my job, I'm just gonna see what happens. So I ended up going to the face-to-face, getting an offer, a CJO, and then basically I was like, at that point I started to think like, okay, well, dang, this is cool, I might be able to do this. So I started looking more into it and just like, dang, am I gonna be able to survive, and am I gonna be able to pay my bills, and should I make this change? And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So in February, I got my training was February 28th. So I went to training, and training was in Orlando, Florida. And I'm not gonna lie, that it was a bit difficult. And then I learned that flight attendants do more than what I thought they do. I thought they just serve drinks like everybody else and things like that, but that's not the main job of a flight attendant. The main job of a flight attendant is safety of the passengers and the aircraft. So that's the main job. And then also, I didn't realize that they didn't get paid until the main door closes and the aircraft pushes back. So I was like, okay, well, they're making this money, but they're not really making money, only making money for flight time. So that was something really to consider. But also, I just was just like, I want to do something different. I can't keep doing what I'm doing because I'm gonna go crazy and I just can't do it. So I decided to go ahead and make that change. So I went to training, passed all my tests, got 100 on my final, had no retakes. Go to the IOE, inside of the crew room, remove my jacket, and then they see my tattoo. So see my tattoo, and I get released in the crew room. And it was just disgusting to me because I had went through all that training and basically like, not really being paid. Like they give you some money for food and stuff like that, but it's like it wasn't enough to, cover the bills that I normally have. And my plan was to take those little checks that I was about to be getting and just, until I start making more money, picking up trips and stuff like that, to just, stay up on my bills. When I left, like I had, money saved and, I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared when I got released in April, on April the 4th from my IOE. Again, I was really disgusted because I was just like, seriously, like I'm in a crew room. So what happened was I basically was fixing like my garments and stuff, took my jacket off for a minute or whatever, fixing myself, put my jacket back on, and then the instructor was like, can you lift up your sweater? Me not thinking, put up my sweater. However, I did have it actually covered with some makeup, but I didn't have like my tattoo makeup because I was in a rush that day. For one, and so I didn't actually seal it. So when I took the jacket off, it rubbed off the makeup, but whatever. but it was kind of annoying because I went through a whole training with short sleeve shirts and nobody even ever knew I had that tattoo. But whatever. So anyways, on April 4th, I came home and I was like, ain't nobody holding Yumika down. Even though I was sad, irritated, and disgusted. I was like, ain't nobody holding Yumika down. So I came home and I applied for other airlines or whatever. I ended up getting an offer with Omni International, but decided not to go with them because they're gone for like 20 to 40 days. And I don't want to be gone for 20 to 40 days. It sounds real cute in the beginning, but I can only imagine after, yeah. And I know I made the right choice, especially now. I know I did. But anyways, got a call back from another airline, and basically I'm currently with another low cost carrier. I'm not gonna say their name just because I don't know if I can, and I just don't even want to put myself in a position to, I don't know, just in case. But anyway, with the another low cost carrier. And basically went through their training in June, graduated July 14th of this year to 2022. And, you know, I'm liking it. I can say that the struggle has been real a little bit just because, like I said, the money is not what I'm used to making. They do say that the first year or two is the hardest, and that you know, flight attendants struggle the first 2 years, which is understandable. But then think about it, because you do get raises like $2 or $3, $4, like, you know, at a time every year. So of course the money will start to go up. Right now, I'm probably like on my 3rd check, and I can definitely say when I get my check, I'd be like this. Where's the rest of it? Oh no, they playing. Yeah, I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for the rest of that money. But anyways, you know, you definitely have to have some support when you are going, you know, to be able to, like, you know, pay your bills, and or to be able to, or to at least cut back. You're definitely gonna have to cut back, because if you're used to, like, you know, making you know, I don't know, a few thousand a month, or if you're used to you know, being able to have like extra money and stuff, like in the beginning you won't be able to. Now, right now I'm on reserve, so what that means is that I'm on call, and I'm on call from midnight to 1 p.m. So on my days off, because we get about 12 days off a month, I pick up trips. Because basically with my airline, you get 75 hours guaranteed, which means that if I work 75 hours a month or not, I'm still gonna get paid for 75 hours. But if I work on my days off, like I said, we get 12 days off, then it's your pay. You get paid for those hours separate from your guarantee, if that makes sense. So that those hours, they do count towards your 75 hours, but you get your 75 paid for your 75 regardless. Plus on your days off, you get paid for whatever you worked as well. So I've been doing like some of that, which has been making it a little bit better. It's just sometimes it's hard to pick up because the way the reserve days are, you can't work more than 7 days straight. So if I'm on reserve for 6 days and I have a day off and I'm on reserve for 6 days, then, you know, of course you can't pick nothing up. And then, or if I'm on reserve for 6 days and then I'm off 2 days and then I'm on reserve for 6 days, like I can't pick anything up in the middle of those 2 days, because either way it's gonna end up being 7 days, which is frustrating at times. So basically, like, you know, like I said, I have picked up some extra trips. So you know, hopefully, like, you know, I see a difference with that. On my first month, I was only able to pick up like 14 hours. This month, September, I have an extra 30 hours, which is cool. Then you also get time away from base. You get paid for time away from base, which is cool because, like, you know, once you are off your aircraft or done working for the day, you can do whatever you want to do, you know, and you're still getting paid pretty much. So I try to pick up as much as possible. It can, like I said, you know, be a little challenging, but I can say that I don't regret it. I don't regret the change because I have a lot more time on my hand, and I can have another hustle going. Or I can have, you know, another side job. You know, I'm in the midst of working on some things right now so that I can have those other streams of income. So once I get it together, then I'll share it with y'all. But you know, sister gotta get herself straight first. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know, of course, I gotta make sure that everything, you know, works out before I start giving out information and stuff like that. But you know, definitely, like I said, it is rewarding. The good thing is that, like I said, I get 12 days off. You know, you get benefits. My mom, my dad, you know, they get benefits. Where, you know, my son, you know, your spouse, your domestic partners, like, you know, they get benefits as well. So it's like we have time off, you know, I can just really be like, well, shoot, I ain't doing nothing today. Let me go, like, hop on this airplane and go to whoop-de-whoop-whoop, right? You know, people save their money to go on trips, but those are my benefits. Those are our benefits. So when it's like, should I quit my job? You know, what's gonna make you happy? Is it, you know, I'm tired. I was tired of standing at a computer, like, just, you know, as my, you know, main source of income, and just, you know, like, is this my life? You know, now, like, I'm out, like, you know, I'm about, like, I'm able to see new sceneries and things like that, and it's cool. You know, I am based in my home city, which is cool. Like, honestly, for me, I would not want to be no commuter. Like, for all y'all who do, kudos to you. You know, like, I couldn't, because think about it, like, if you're on reserve 6 days straight, and you gotta, you know, like, for me, like, if I was based, let's say, in Baltimore, I would have to fly to Baltimore on, like, let's say Monday through, let's say my reserve 6 days, Monday through Saturday, and you have to be in your base when crew scheduling calls you. So if they call you to come to the airport and sit at the airport on your reserve days, then you got to get to the airport within 2 hours or whatever time they tell you. So I don't want to be no commuter, because I don't want to have to, you know, rent no crash pad or, you know, none of that where I don't live. Being that I live in base, it makes it a lot easier. I can, you know, basically just, you know, when they call me, like, I'm like, okay, well, you know, get up and go. And then, you know, have to sit at the airport for a few hours sometimes and then come back home. If I was at a base, then I wouldn't be able to do that. But also, you know, they always have, like, some people do actually, some people, you know, commute and they have to wait until a base is open in their town or where they live. And, you know, with the way the airlines are hiring at this time, they're opening, like, you know, spots in different bases, so it's been kind of easy for people to move to where they want to be. But, you know, a lot of these airlines, you have to be open to wherever they're going to place you after training. What I love about my airlines is that they let you choose before you go to training, you know, which I think is more respectful for people's livelihood, because it's like, you know, I need to know if I want to be. I need to know, you know, if I'm going to be able to afford it. I need to know how I'm going to do this. I need to be able to plan. But, you know, I was fortunate enough to be based where I live. Also, I wanted to touch a little bit on, you know, I wanted to touch a little bit on, sorry for that pause, you know, getting a CJO and making the decision. You got to understand that when an airline accepts you, it is a CJO, contingent job offer. It's not an actual offer, which means that you need to go to training. You have to pass their training in order to get hired. So for some, you know, I've seen plenty of people quit their jobs, leave everything, fail, and go back home to nothing. So if, you know, with the question of should I quit my job, you have to make sure that, again, you have support, and you have to make sure that you know that you can end up losing everything if you don't, you know, pass your test and get through that. So you make sure that you stay focused, and you make sure that you study, and you make sure that you take notes. Okay? So if you're giving up stuff to do this, you make sure that you're committed. And that's what I got to say about it. But other than that, like I said, I would not, you know, even though it's a pay cut for right now, because You know, these airlines are making, after 10 years, $60, $70 an hour, after something like that, after 10 years. So you can imagine the increases in between. So it's I say a step back to take 2 steps forward. And then, like, you know, if you like to take vacations and stuff, you're not having to save, you know, to really do that, because you have those benefits. So save for something else, you know. But, you know, other than that, I say that if this is something you want to do, you know, go for it. You got to trust yourself, trust God, and know that you can do it if you're committed. Thank you. Till next time.